he existed from some place. He didn't do this. You don't have to believe in your heart and confess with your mouth to get salvation. No, these Bibles are trying to confuse you and make you doubt him, because if you doubt the Lord, and then you don't have that happiness, that joy, that fullness that you have in your heart as when you believe in him and you know him and you study his word and you live by it, you know? And in Revelation 22:18 and 19, in 22:18 it says, if you add words in the word of God, I will add the plagues that are written in this book onto you. And I don't know if you read the book of Revelation, but the book of Revelation has some nasty plagues. So if you add the words to my book, he's going to add those nasty plagues. And trust me, you do not want those nasty plagues, because those are really bad, and I've read them, and I've seen them, and he's pretty serious about this. He wants to preserve it. He doesn't want anybody to mess around with it. So, and also in 22:19 it says, if you take away from the book of God, I will take your name from the book of life.
Oh.
So the same way you took away from my word, I will take your name off the book of life. That's it. It's done for you. Right as soon as you type in that last word in, or you take away that verse, it's done. Your name is immediately off the book of life. So God, if he's willing to do this for his word, he's pretty serious about this. He doesn't want anybody to mess around with it. And we're just reading on, oh my God, it's just a little mistake. This is probably not real. When it's in your hands, if you really cared about the Bible and you really wanted to study and you really believed in God, then you would want to study. You would want to know every word. And if it has some changes and you just keep on reading, then you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing with the word. The word you're supposed to take in, you're supposed to act on it, you're supposed to study it. And if you see those little changes and just keep on reading and ignoring those changes that are pretty significant, and I've only showed you the few of the many, then you are already doing something in your heart. Because if you just keep on reading, and you don't care, then there's something in you, because then you're not willing to take in the word of God. You're not willing to live by him and be an image of him like he wants us to be. And when you play around, like people in my school, there's many, and when I say many, I mean many atheists, and it's crazy. People come up to me, they say, I don't believe in God. And they say it like with such confidence. And I just stand back and I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you really saying this to me right now? And I take that offensive, because I know what's real. I believe in who is real. And he's done many things in my life that I am grateful for. So if you're going to tell me that you don't believe in the man of miracles and the God, right, the Lord of God, then it takes me back. It makes me not even say anything, because it makes me shocked. It makes me think back of all the things that he's done in my life. And it makes me, feel bad for you, because if you don't believe in someone that can change your life like this, then I feel bad for you. And in my school, I have the science class, and these kids, my whole table literally are atheists, and sometimes barely, but they talk about how they don't believe in God and whatever, nothing, just a normal conversation. And I'm like, listen, what are you doing? The Lord is real. I get, yes, you have your own beliefs, but I know what's real. I know the truth. And I've heard the saying that if you know the truth, don't sell it. That saying, if you know what's real, don't try to oh, he must be, what he must be saying is true, so whatever. If you know the truth, stand up for it. Don't let him don't let him tell you all this, whatever. Oh, God isn't real. Oh, I believe that when you die, you stay in the ground, you don't go anywhere. No, it's in the Bible. The proof is right here. The proof says that God is real. God has done this. God has said these things. And when you say that, and you have a corrupted Bible, then you can't really say anything, because if you have a changed Bible and you have something that's been messed around with, then you really don't have an argument.
That's right.
So why would you try and just read on and pass these verses like it's nothing? When you actually need it, it's not going to be there for you, because it's changed around, it's been messed with, and you won't have any armor, you won't have anything to fight back. And in my school one time, this kid, he brought this big book, and people were making fun of him that's a Bible, whatever. And they were like, oh, he brought a Bible, whatever. And he started fighting with them. He was like, no, it's not a Bible. I don't believe in God, so why would it be a Bible? And I'm like, and I just stood there. I was just listening to what they're going to say. And they kept arguing about that, and I'm like, wow, you really don't believe in the word, and you don't believe in God? He's like, no, I believe in evolution. I believe in science or whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay. All right, you know what? God still loves you for that. Even if you say that, God's still going to love you, because you're His creation, you're His image, and He's still going to love you even if you don't believe in Him. And that's what I love about what I love about God. He loves you no matter what you do, no matter what you have done. Even if you've forgiven yourself, He's like, even if you haven't forgiven yourself, He still loves you. And that's my favorite thing about God. And my teacher, my science teacher, if he's a science teacher, he's obviously going to teach science and gonna believe in it. So I asked him, I was like, you believe in science, right? And he's like, yeah, there's so much evidence in evolution, this and that. And I told my teacher, my teacher, and I was like, he kept telling me this, all these facts about evolution. I was just like, and I was like, listen, you can throw all these facts about me, but that's not going to change what I believe. I strongly believe that what you're saying is false, and what I believe in is the true way of how this earth came to be, how we came to be. Like, what kind of, ridiculous thing what kind of ridiculous thing is that we came from monkeys? Like, are you kidding me? Like, monkeys, us being so perfect and able to manage so well and have a mind as complex as ours, you really believe that we came from monkeys like that? Like, are you kidding me? And God is perfect. God is without error. So if we are so perfect and such a big species and such a real complex and very very shocking species, who do you think made us to be like that? The one that's perfect, the one that is the actual God. And the Big Bang, that was a huge mess. A Big Bang, when you explode, something explodes, everything goes everywhere. It's a huge mess. So how did this earth came to be from a huge mess? That takes me back, because it's like, wait, what? How does this perfect world, this perfect little world, have come from a big explosion? Because that explosion never happened. God made the earth. God made it perfect. God made our home. He made it the way He wanted us to make it. And if these Bibles are trying to confuse you and tell you, no, He didn't do this, oh, evolution is real, oh, whatever, then that's why people don't believe anymore. They're becoming these atheists. They're becoming these false prophets. They're becoming these false, believers. And it really hurts me, because I know what God can do. I know what God is. I know who God is. I know what He's known for. And if you're going to tell me that He's not real and He's never done that, I'm going to go up to you and go, listen, the Word of God tells me that what you're saying is wrong and what I know is right. So don't try and come up to me and tell me all these things when I know what's real. I know what's real. So don't try and come up to me, because I'm not going to listen to you. I'm not going to believe anything you're going to say. So just save your breath, continue what you're going to be believing, and go on with your day and believe whatever you want to believe, because you're going to be, I don't want to say this in like a vain way, but you're going to face the consequences at the end, you know? So I'm just going to keep believing in what I know it's real, and you're going to keep believing in what yours and what you believe. You know, I'm not going to try and change anything, but you know, I already done my part in talking to you. Now it's the Lord's job to try and change you and try to fill you with the knowledge and the wisdom to understand Him and know Him the way I know Him. And at the end of the day, all I do is pray for them, because I feel bad for those that don't have someone like that in their life, in their heart. Because who wouldn't want someone full of love, full of salvation, full of miracles? Who wouldn't want that in their life? Especially when they're in a time of darkness, you know? He's the light that shines in the darkness. So why would you not want